Hi, this is Paul. Welcome to my spoilers review of Glass. I saw it today. This is, of course, this third movie in the franchise of Unbreakable in the Split universe. Okay, and this is, of course, titled Glass after Samuel Jackson's character, Mr. Glass. He called himself Mr. Glass. His real name is Elijah Price. And, of course, David Dunn, Bruce Willis's character, and, of course, James McAvoy's character from Split, Kevin Wendell Crumb, who has 24 different personalities and okay, so he liked to kidnap girls and murder them and torture them, of course, and he was abused, of course, by his mother, of course, and then Samuel Jackson's character was, he had the disease where his bones would break, but he was incredibly smart, okay, and of course, Bruce Willis's character, David Dunn, survived that train crash and discovered that he had super strength, and he could actually touch people and sense if there was evil there. So, bringing these three characters together in this movie, I was looking forward to it. And of course, like I said, you saw the trailer, and basically with Bruce Willis's character, he's with his son running his security business, and Kevin Wendell Crumb, James McAvoy's character, is going around still kidnapping girls and stuff and torturing them, and he absolutely runs into him, and that's when he senses that, of course, he's the one behind all this, and he follows him there, and he kind of rescues the girls. But in the meantime, the cops have been tracking them, and they actually capture both of them. Okay, and bring them to this asylum where you see, like in the trailer, where Sarah Paulson's character, Dr. Ellie Staple, explains to them that what she's there for, that she's, her job is to treat people that have this delusion that they're superheroes. Okay, and of course, Bruce Willis is, we know that he really does have that ability, and we know that James McAvoy has all those different personalities, and she goes about treating these different characters. And of course, Elijah Price's character, he's being basically, because of his genius, they're keeping him drugged up basically because they know that he's he's incredibly smart, so they have to keep him doped up so they can't really find out his let him come up with a plan to escape or cause mayhem, which he's prone to do because he's incredibly intelligent. Okay, and this movie, like I said, I was looking forward to this movie. It's one of my most anticipated movies for this year. Okay, and I have to say, this movie doesn't, it kind of disappointed me a bit. It didn't live up. I guess I had high expectations for it, I guess, because I think Split and Unbreakable are like top movies. And, but I think this movie didn't quite reach that level. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. I did a spoiler-free review. If you want to see that, follow the link to my main channel and you can see what I think, my spoiler-free review. It's on my other channel, my main channel, Trepacer. But this movie, like I said, the basic gist of it is once they get them all three together, we find out Ellie Staples. She's trying to cure them or treat them, and of course, she's trying to rationalize to tell Bruce Willis, that his character David Dunn, that listen. There's another explanation for why you can do the things you do, and she's basically trying to dissuade them that they're special, that they're superheroes. And of course, the same thing. She's trying to do the same thing with Kevin Wendell Crumb. She knows about his abuse and all that stuff, and they have this treatment for him that they flash the light on him, and he's changed, and it automatically makes him go into another personality, to try to keep the beast at bay. Okay, and Samuel Jackson character, what they're gonna do to him, Elijah Price, is they're gonna operate on him to try to give him, I would say a lobotomy. They're trying to fix his brain because they think that there's something wrong with his brain, even though of course, obviously, there's nothing wrong with his brain. He's just incredibly intelligent. Okay, but again, and this movie is basically, Elijah Price, Samuel Jackson's character. He's been faking it basically, and he goes to meet because he wants to see the beast, Kevin Wendell Crumb, and he basically frees him. He plays with the lights to get the beast to come out, and then once he gets the beast to come out, he reveals his plan, like you see in the trailer. They want to team up and they want to show the world, okay, that they really do exist, that there are superheroes, super beings in this, and of course, he wants Bruce Willis's character David Dunn to fight the beast in front of the grand stage, in front of everybody, so everybody knows that these characters are real. And now the big twist in this story, I guess, or one of the twists in the story, is that Dr. Ellie Staple, Sarah Paulson's character, she knows that it's real, but she works for some organization. They don't really get into the details about what what's it called, but they go around to make sure that nobody knows that these people do exist. Apparently, from the way descriptions she was explaining it to Bruce Willis, as these guards were drowning him in water, okay, that they go around to different places to make sure that the world doesn't find out that supers do exist. Basically, that's their job, whatever this organization is. And you see they have some sort of tattoo, looks like a green clover. But anyway, so that's one of the basic, that's the twist, that she really does know that they're real, and her job was try to dissuade them, and her job is basically to keep this on the down low. Basically, that's her job. Really, she really knows they do exist. Okay, that's the twist, and that she knows they're not crazy, but she's trying to convince them that they are crazy, and the explanation that they're not really superheroes. But of course, they're not buying it, of course. But one of the things that I thought was really incredibly stupid. I mean, there was this confrontation with the Beast, and with the Beast and Samuel Jackson are breaking out, and they're killing people along the way, and they're going through the basement to do it, and they get out to the outside where Kevin Wendell Crumb is basically the Beast, is just destroying guards left and right, and Bruce Willis is coming out. He breaks out of the cell to go confront him and stop him, and you see he like you see in the trailer, he locks some of the security guards in a thing to keep them protected, from for the Beast killing them, and they have their fight and stuff. Now, there's a part of the movie where they you see where basically the Beast grabs Bruce Willis' character and they fall into the water, and they're fighting and stuff, and then they burst throughout the thing and they come out, and you see his son there, Samuel Jackson's mother, and Anna Taylor-Joy, Casey Cook's character. They're all three there at that moment watching this play out. And after they get separated with the water when they crash through the water, and the water tank explodes, and the Beast goes that way, Bruce Willis goes that way, and he's coughing and spitting up water and trying to revive. And then you see the guards rush in, and they grab Bruce, and Bruce Willis' son is there, and he's saying, "Go help, help my dad. He was being a hero." And they kind of push him to the side and say, "Stay back." And you see, this is where she starts explaining to Bruce Willis that about that they know they're real and all that stuff, but they can't let this happen. And they basically drown him, literally, in this puddle of water. They drown him in this thing, this little. There was a hole in the concrete that was filled with water, and they basically hold him down. Of course, because he's weak, because he was in the tank, and they drown him. Meanwhile, his son has got to be a couple of feet away, and you telling me his son is not. You don't hear the son screaming, say, "Stop drowning my dad." They're basically they're killing him. Literally, the son is there. I mean, they don't show on the camera, but they pushed him to the side. They kind of to tell him to stay back, but you see, they're literally drowning Bruce Willis's character, David Dunn, in front of him. Okay, and then later you see him come. And he kind of shoves he grabs his father's, he pushes the guards away, But you think that would be a big deal? You killed my father, that he would have been. That should have been a more powerful scene. Okay, they basically drowned him. There should have been more reaction to that. What was happening? And basically, you see Casey. She's talking to the Beast after he comes out of the water tank, and she's talking to him, and she gets him to come, Kevin Wendell Crumb, to come back up. She gets that, his personality to come back up, and she's comforting him, and telling him, and she's trying to comfort, and then you see him starts to bleed out, and she's there comforting him. And then of course there's a part I forgot where Bruce Willis's where David Dunn's son basically explains to the Beast that Mr. Glass is the one that actually caused the train accident that your father was on, that you would have never become the Beast if it wasn't for him causing that accident that made David Dunn get the super strength. But also his father was apparently on that train, okay? And that's what made it. And of course, once he died, his mother further abused him, and of course caused him to split into all those personalities. And then so of course that's when the Beast kind of turns on Samuel L. Jackson's character, and and kind of touches, and, crushes him, and then kind of pushes him out of the wheelchair where he falls, and of course crushes his bones even more. Okay, and all this crazy stuff is going on, and nobody is reacting the way you think they should react. Like I said, his son. I mean, they push his son to the side, and they basically drown Bruce Willis right in front of him, and it's just. I thought that I said, what the hell? At least what they could have done is maybe put them inside the building or something, but they're out there where they basically killed. Well, all three of them died basically in front, right on the front of the institution. Now you can understand Samuel Jackson's character because he got his shoulder crushed by the beast, and he fell out of the wheelchair and he crushed his back and more of himself. So and you could. And even that, he lived a little bit, and he talked to his mother, and a little bit before he died. But it should have been more. The Casey part was okay. Casey and Mr. and Kevin Wendell Crumb talking. That was emotional. But the reaction from Bruce Willis' son, I thought was totally ridiculous. And then plus this whole Dr. Ellie Staple saying that they know they really exist, and we're part of this secret organization that goes around trying to suppress this and not letting people know that there really are supers in the world. So what the f? I thought that was kind of lame, to be honest. I thought that was kind of lame that she's part of this whole conspiracy that they know that they exist. But the other twist that came was that actually Samuel Jackson's character was smart enough to know that to live stream everything that was going on, because early in the movie she told them that they had cameras everywhere, so they knew, they followed, they put extra cameras in there, so they knew what anybody was doing in there. So what he did was he went to the computers and he basically live streamed everything that was going on in front of the line because they had cameras everywhere. So basically the whole world is gonna know. So all her plans went to hell anyway because he was smart enough to realize to live stream everything. So with all those cameras there, he got with her dumb self putting all the cameras in there, everything was live streamed and it's all over the world now. That now the whole world knows there are super. So her and her organization plan is for crap because everybody knows now that there are supers in the world, and they have the physical, they see it on tape. Okay, all that. So their great grand plan was for naught. I thought, yeah, but the whole secret organization thing I thought was kind of lame. Okay, the secret organization that really knows supers are real, but they want to keep the balance, which I thought was kind of lame. Okay, I really do think that's sort of lame. But okay, I don't blame Sarah Paulson. That's the way it was written. So I guess she has to play it out. And what else? Oh yeah, this is another thing. Since there was supposedly cameras everywhere, okay, is nobody monitoring the cameras? When Samuel Jackson characters, he comes out of his cell and goes into the beast cell, you told me nobody's watching that and can come in, but I guess you're gonna have to. I guess that guy was taking a piss break when Samuel Jackson came out of his cell and went into the beast cell, David Kevin Wendell Crumb's cell, and started turning on the lights for the 20 minutes or 30 minutes he was in there. Nobody could see. Oh, they said, oh, we saw it the next day. She goes to him, oh, we saw it that you came out of your cell. Okay, so we're going to give you that procedure, that lobotomy procedure today instead of tomorrow, instead of 2 days of whatever it was really going to be. So, but you told me nobody could have stopped him before, even though there's all those cameras around. I thought that didn't make no sense. Okay, you see him break out of the cell, but what, you just let him do it, and you don't take care of that until the morning? That nobody's monitoring that, even though you got all those cameras in there, nobody's monitoring it, and he's able to get out of his cell and go into the Kevin Wendell Crumb's cell and bring out the beast, and nobody's watching this. There's no night shift in this. That made no sense to me, and I didn't like that all three characters died too. I thought that was sort of lame too, with them, this secret organization, and basically they killed Bruce Willis's character, and they killed, and then, well, Mr. Glass, he fell out of the wheelchair and stuff, so that's how he died, and Kevin Wendell Crumb gets shot, and then he bleeds out and dies. But I thought it was kind of lame that all three of them died. I think I would like to saw a better ending. I don't know, maybe just a better ending. I just thought that was kind of lame. But like I said, in the end, they all got live streamed. You saw that all three Bruce Willis's son, Samuel L. Jackson's mother, and Casey Cook and Taylor Joy's character, they all received that video, okay, and they live. I think was it them that live streamed it, or was automatic? Or I'm thinking, well, they all three received it, okay, and I think that's what Samuel L. Jackson, when he was at the computer, I think he sent it to those three individuals, and then once they got it, they got the video, they live streamed it for the whole world. I think that's the way it played out. I'm not sure. Because I think Samuel Jackson, he turned on all the cameras and live streamed it, and then made sure that it went to his mother, to Casey Cook's, and to Bruce Willis's son. Okay, and then they live streamed it for the whole world after they, after all those three characters died. So the whole world knows now that there's this, that there's these supers in the world. Okay, so I don't know if he's going to make another entry into this universe. Again, I think Unbreakable and Split are just two classics. I think this movie, not as great as the other one, not as horrible, but again, my issues that I had with it, certain things didn't just a classic like those other two movies. Okay, but would I recommend you go see it? Yes, because especially if you've seen the first two movies, I think you definitely owe it to yourself to go see this movie. I just don't think it's as good as the other two. So, and I gave it a 7.5. Okay, I really wanted this movie to be on another level, but then again, it's hard sometimes to reach to that level and stuff. But it was still enjoyable. It just wasn't as classics like the Unbreakable and Split, to me, in my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you think of Glass. What do you think of it? Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Do you think it's a fitting end to this universe, this trilogy, or did you have problems, the same problems I had with it? Feel free to leave those comments down below and let me know what you think. I'll also have links to my social media in the description box, my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Also have a link to my main channel, Trepacer, in the description box, so please check that out as well and sub to my channel. And this is Trepacer, well, on this channel, I'm Paul, okay? This is Paul saying so long and take care.